Hi guys. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you this morning, afternoon. I'm so sorry. I've totally lost track of time. So I wanted to talk to you about, sorry, I'm gonna prop this up if I can, maybe. I don't think I can. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys about using the Thieves Laundry Soap. I have been using it and loving it. I knew it was a great product, but I was having issues when I first started using it, and come to talk to other people who are using it and getting some ideas. And huge shout out to Cambria for talking me through some of the issues that I was having. And so here it goes. So anyways, I'm gonna try to prop this up. There we go. I might do it like that. There you go. Okay, so Thieves Laundry Soap. It doesn't look like it's that big. Here, I'll kind of put it up against me so you can see size-wise. It's not all that big of a size, and so you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's not really going to be able to do a lot of cleaning. You only use a tablespoon to maybe 2 tablespoons of it. So again, that's a tablespoon. You are using a lot of this. I mean, not a lot of this. So you can use this many, many, many times. We do laundry all the time, just about every day, because we are potty training the twins and we're going through a lot of dirty clothes. So you're using 1 tablespoon of it. So what I do in my laundry room is I have my cup, I have my tablespoon, and I literally pour it in here and then sprinkle it around. It doesn't even end up being a full tablespoon. Now what I like to do as well is I'll take my purification. See my old bottle? I love this stuff. This was an old bottle that I had. I've used many new bottles since then, so I don't know why I still have an old version, but anyways, I do. So I'll just take the purification and I'll sprinkle maybe 4 or 5 drops in my laundry as well, right before closing it and starting it. But yeah, 1 to 2 tablespoons, that's all you need of this, and sprinkling it in there. And then if you really want to, you can, I have a top loader, see, top loader, and I can turn it on and then rinse it as the water is going. So that's always an option if you want to make sure that you get every little last glob of the laundry soap. But otherwise, I just stick it in here, and then every maybe 2 weeks or so, I'll just rinse the glass container. The glass cup. It's a cup. Let's call it what it is, a cup. When I first started using it, and I probably started using it, you know, right when they first released it. It was at my old house, and I noticed like 3 or 4 days after I was done with the wash that my clothes had a really funky smell to them. Well, my daughter had gotten sick in the middle of the night one night, and it kind of smelled like that. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe I forgot to put soap in or something, like, and it just still, everything had that kind of funky smell. And I couldn't quite figure it out, but I said, whatever. Kept using it, and still just, our clothes just had that funky smell. Not when they first came out of the dryer, but afterwards. And so I ended up stopping using the Thieves Laundry Soap, and I switched to a free and clear soap, just about as good as I could get at the grocery store. But still, you know, obviously unscented and all of that stuff. But as I'm hearing all of my my Young Living friends talking about how much they're loving the laundry soap, I was like, I really need to get back into it, especially because obviously I use Young Living, everything else, it's fantastic. I'm not doing something right. Like, I could tell that something was going wrong with this. So I'm talking to people, Cambria especially, and you know, just some other leaders, and talking about the laundry soap, and some of us didn't quite love it, and some of us were addicted to it. And so what I figured out was, first of all, I was putting too much of the soap in. I think on the directions it says, like, fill this halfway. Well, if you look at it after you unscrew it, like, halfway seems like it's a lot. So I was way overfilling it. That was my mistake number 1. But also, because the washer, clothes washer, what is it called? Washing machine? The washing machine. Because the washing machine had been used with other washers, other soaps, laundry soaps. I'm doing a really good job with words today, by the way. Whatever. But because I had been using other soaps in there, I had been overusing other soaps. So in the holes and everything that drains, it had gotten clogged with that other soap. Now, obviously, I didn't know that. I couldn't see that. But that happens when you use excess soap. And over time, you have issues. So that was my problem with my old washer at my old house. But then also I moved to our new house in April, and we were having the same problem when I tried the Thieves Laundry Soap. Well, you know, as I'm realizing all of this, thanks to amazing people like Cambria, yeah, Jana, that's just, you know, I just need to apply some more frankincense today just to help focus my mind, I think. But anyways, I just decided, you know what, we're gonna try this Thieves Laundry Soap again. I did about 5 washes in a row with nothing in it, just the hottest water that I could get, and did really good drains. And so basically what I was doing was stripping my washing machine of any of that other soap. The whole idea is, as you're doing this, you want the water to be clear when it's inside the drum. I didn't ever actually check to see if that had happened. I figured after 5 loads of really hot water that it should be pretty clear. And so then that's when I started using the Thieves Laundry Soap. And really, it's been amazing. No smells on anything. I really do enjoy adding the purification. I think that that is a really good boost. There are some other options that you can add to the laundry as well. Please don't use dryer sheets. Please switch to dryer balls. You know, so there are good options there, but if you want to, you can also add white vinegar to your wash, and that can act as a fabric softener. If you want to have that, it also helps keep colors really bright and vibrant in your fabric, and that's a natural way of doing it. But there were a couple of pieces, a couple of items of clothes of ours that still had kind of a funky smell. So Jana asked, so I didn't do vinegar or anything to clean out the machine. She thought of doing apple cider vinegar in hers. I didn't. I just did water. I wanted to try that first and see if that was good enough. And for us, it was. Vinegar would definitely be a good option if, I mean, it's so cheap to clean out your machine. So that's a good option. I mean, I would think even, you know, lemon essential oil, putting it in there as well, you could do that as well. But no, and some people have used Thieves household cleaner to clean out the machine. I just didn't. I just did water because I wanted to see if I could do that first. But let's see. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh. Again, train of thought. Oh, but there were still a couple of pieces of clothes of ours that still had kind of a funky smell, and I realized it was the nightgowns. It was my daughter's nightgowns. And what I believe it is because on like baby night clothes that are really, really tight, they don't need to add some sort of fire retardant to that. But nightgowns, they do because they're looser. And so that's just, I think, part of the standards. So I don't love that at all, especially because we try to stay away from chemicals, especially if it's going to be touching the skin. Like that's, ugh. But my daughter loves nightgowns, and so, you know, that's the next frontier to tackle. But her nightgown still just had a funky smell, and I think what it is the enzymes that are in our laundry soap just release those materials, the chemicals that they've added to the nightgowns. So still is kind of a funky smell with those, but everything else smells great. We suffer from the same sort of laundry issues that I think a lot of people do, where you wash it, you dry it, and you throw it on the guest bed, and it stays there for a while. And so that's what we do. And, you know, so, you know, here it is like 4 or 5 days that some of the stuff is on the guest bed. Sorry. Yeah, again, real life. But so some stuff is still there. And there's no smell. And before we had done the clean of the washing machine, that stuff would be smelling by now. So definitely I was using too much detergent. I hadn't cleaned out the machine, hadn't flushed it through. And yeah, so just some tips as you're deciding that you want to switch to a greener alternative. If you're thinking, oh yeah, the stuff I use is awesome, that's great. Perfect, that's fine. If you feel comfortable using whatever other detergent you have, that's terrific. For me, I love, since everyone in this group, we're all Young Living members, we have that 24% discount. I'd rather use it than have to go and shop around and find another equivalent brand that does a good job. I just know that I can trust this one. But yeah, that's what I have to say. I hope that gave you a couple of good tips, and let me know if you have questions about any of these products, because got some good stuff coming your way. Bye.